by doing some breathing, beginning with connecting the breath with the movement. You can close your eyes to start, and let's do our 3 deep breaths together. So breathe in through the nose. Okay, sit up a little bit taller, lengthen your spine. And then as you breathe out, settle down, relax the whole body. Number 2, let's breathe in. And then exhale, sinking down, relaxing further. All right, last deep breath together. Let's breathe into the nose. And then connect deeper to your foundation, where you're sitting, touching your mat. Okay. And then relax your whole body, head to toe, relaxing your head and neck. Okay, down through your shoulders and arms. And then to your chest and torso. And notice your touch points at your bottom where you're touching your mat. And if you're sitting cross-legged like me, where your shins touch your feet and your feet touch your mat. Okay, maybe notice where your hands are. You might even feel where your breath touches the rest of your body as you exhale. Maybe there's a light breeze in your house. Just noticing your whole body as we're sitting here, breathing, settling in, getting ready for some stretching. I just want you to sit here, continue to connect your body with your breath. Okay, maybe notice how your chest expands and contracts as you breathe in and out. Maybe where the air hits your lips. Right? As we come back together, notice where your mind was. Hopefully, we're still in the present moment, just sitting and breathing. If you weren't, that's okay. But let's take 2 more deep breaths before we open up our eyes. So let's breathe in, and then long breath out. Okay, one more time. Let's breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out. Let's open up our eyes. I'm gonna hop off my block. All right, let's do some spine stretches. So I'm going to twist my torso clockwise and press my left palm to my right knee as I turn my chin in towards my right shoulder, looking behind me. Maybe give yourself one last push with both palms. Ooh. And then as you exhale, let's unwind. And let's get our other side, turning counterclockwise. Okay. Left fingertips or left palm pressing against the floor behind me. Feeling my spine twist. Stretching it out in the other direction. And then as you breathe out, back to center. And we'll get our sides and our lats. So let's take both arms and reach them up towards the ceiling. And then start on the right. Okay. Right palm is on the floor. Left arm reaches overhead. My left arm is straight. Hopefully no kink at the elbow. Okay, see if you can come down onto your right forearm. If not, that's okay. And just using that right arm like a hinge. See how far you can accentuate your left side. Oof. And then let's take that right arm and get it off the floor, reaching back up towards the ceiling. Gently coming down on the left. And then same thing. Right arm is above body and head, reaching. Here, give me one last reach. Okay, active stretch. And then we'll take that left arm, reach back up towards the ceiling, and then drop both hands back to heart center. All right, let's get our inner thighs. So soles of the feet together for cobbler pose. Then pull your heels in towards your soft tissue, letting the knees drop down. Take your time. And then just lean forward. Activate the inner thighs. Okay, this one never takes very much movement, but feels like a lot. Feels like a lot for me anyways. All right, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And then as you breathe out, round out your back and reach towards your screen or towards me. And then let's sit back up and pull the knees back up together. I think that's long enough for the other thighs. Whew. Let's get some cat cow. I'm gonna roll up my mat. All right, go on all fours. Okay, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and let's breathe in. Head and bottom up, chest down towards the floor. And then exhale, opposite direction. Breathe in, head up. Breathe out, head down. Okay, think about pushing your back towards the floor, pushing the floor away, rounding out your back. And then breathe in. Exhale, rounding out the back. Okay, number 4, breathe in, head up. And then breathe out, head down. Oh, okay, really feel your back here. And then last breath cycle, breathe in, press your chest towards the ground. And then last one as you breathe out here. All right, and then come into neutral spine. Ugh, I'm gonna take off my sweater. Ugh, 1 second. All right. Ugh. unravel my own mat. Let's stand up. Let's get our hamstrings. Ugh. Okay, taking your time getting up. No rush. I know it's cold. Let's find a nice wide stance for our wide stance hamstring stretch. Reach up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, control the swan dive down. Okay. Either let your arms dangle, or if your fingertips touch the ground, push yourself towards the back of the room. Continue to breathe. Maybe getting a little bit deeper in the stretch with each out breath. All right, let's clasp the fingertips behind our backs and reach our hands towards the front of the room. Okay. Pay attention for a moment to how your shoulders feel. Hopefully you feel a little shoulder stretch as you actively reach those hands towards the front. All right, and then let's unclasp the hands and plant the palm on the floor right in front of your face. And then rotate your left arm and left fingertips up, opening up the chest and the left shoulder. And turn your chin up towards the ceiling. Okay, with that palm that or fingertip that's on the floor, I want you to press and turn with that arm. See if you can get a little bit of extra rotation while you continue to breathe. And then as you breathe out here, let's bring that left arm back down to the ground and switch palms. So that right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, chin is turned up towards the ceiling as well. And then once again, as we breathe out, let's bring that right arm back down. We're just hanging out here for a couple moments, feeling our hamstrings. And then from here, I want you to rotate 90 degrees to your right as you pivot your right foot. Okay. So we're on the back toes, supporting ourselves with our right leg. And then gently lower the left knee down to the mat. Bring the arms and torso up. Okay, reach for the ceiling with both arms and then rotate that hip forward or a hip flexor stretch. Okay, if you want a little extra credit, reach the left arm over your head. I feel that in my left side and definitely feel pulling from the top of the left hip. All right, you can bring the arms back down to the ground. Let's get back on the left toes, bring the left knee off the mat, returning to our runner's pose. And then we're going to rotate back to the center of our mat. You can use your hands for support as we turn both toes the long side of our mat. Okay, we're dangling once again. And then let's get the other side. So as you rotate 90 degrees to your left, pivoting both toes forward, just supporting yourself here for a moment. All right, and then let's gently lower the right knee down, bring the arms up, and we're stretching the right hip. Okay, really rotate. Hopefully you feel a nice little pinch. And remember, if you want the extra credit, reach the right arm over your head. Pull the hip from the top as well. All right, and then bring the arms back down, hands back down to the mat, back onto the right toes, bring the right knee off the mat. We're going to hang out here for just a moment. And then rotate 90 degrees back to the center of your mat. Feeling both hamstrings. All right, let's do our slow 10 count. Let the arms and head dangle. So we'll call it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring my legs back together. Let's do a standing side stretch. Okay. You can pick how wide your feet are, totally up to you. Stand up nice and tall, and then reach the arms up towards your ceiling. And I'm going to start with my left. So dropping my left arm down to the left side of my body, kicking out my right hip. Okay, turning the chin up towards the ceiling as well. As I reach with that right arm, focusing on how the stretch feels from my right hip all the way up my side to my right fingertips. And then let's bring that left arm back up to the top as you drop your right arm down. Okay, you can also think about it as how far down can you reach your right fingertips towards the ground. And then let's bring that right arm back up top. And then bring the hands to heart center. You can leave them there. We're going to go from here into Halasana for the lower body. So kind of medium-ish stance, toes out about 45 degrees, and then lower yourself down. Okay, wherever is comfortable for you. It's pretty self-limiting. But keeping the head and chest up, try not to lean forward. Feel those legs. All right, let's take one deep breath in. That's about long enough. And then put the hands on your knees as you exhale, supporting yourself. Ugh. All right, let's give our legs a rest. Let's get our necks. So let's make a chicken wing on the right. Okay, grabbing the left wrist behind your back, dropping your head over towards your right shoulder or towards the chicken wing side. All right, and then rolling the head back as you look up. Okay, and then pay attention to how your neck feels as you rotate your head forward, looking down at the ground. Hopefully you feel the stretch move towards the back of your neck. Okay, and then rotate your head back to the center position, back up straight. And then let's grab the right wrist behind our back. Let's get the other side. So dropping my head down to my left shoulder. Oof. And then let's roll the head forward as we look down to start on this side. And then let's roll the head back. And let's come back to the neutral position and rolling and bring the head back to center. Woo! What else should we do? Let's get our shoulders and our triceps. I'm gonna start with my left arm across the top of my chest. Okay, holding on that arm gently, feeling the stretch all the way across my left shoulder. Let's hold it for another 3, 2, 1. Let go of that arm. Let's get the other arm. Same thing. 3, 2, and 1, and you're gonna release that right arm. Let's get the left arm behind our head. Pulling on the left elbow. You can also lean towards the right if you want to add a little side stretch. I don't think I've said this for months, but like I'm a little teapot. Oof. All right, let's switch arms. Let's get the right tricep stretched out a little bit. All right, and back up top, you can release your right arm. Let's do, come towards the front of your mat. Let's get our moving options now. So standing up nice and tall, feet and legs together, bring the arms up top. Let's do our 2 warm-up swan dives. So swan dive forward. Come up to flat back. Rest your hands on your knees, your shins, where it's comfortable. Exhale, rounding at the back, and then eyes and head up, reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top for 1. Swan dive all the way down. Up to flat back. Okay. Exhale, rounding at the back, and then reverse swan dive. So you felt that in your glutes and hamstrings. And then we're going to swan dive down for a 3rd time. Up to flat back. And then as you round out your back here, place both palms on the mat and step the feet towards or back in a plank position. And then give me a chaturanga down, elbows at your sides. Come into our first upward dog of the day, tops of the feet, palms of the hands, looking forward. And transition back in a plank, and you can add a push up here if you like. And into downward dog. Okay, let's do 2 rotations of a calf stretch. So bend the left knee, drive that right heel down. Okay, fingertips nice and spread, push the floor away in front of you, and then switch sides. Back to bending the left knee. Feel that stretch all the way through the right calf. Okay, back to the other side. Final time for just a single leg. And then let's straighten out both legs. All right, let's do our crescent pose. So bring both feet together and then float the right heel up into the air. And then swing that right leg through and plant it in front. Before we come to crescent pose, let's do our runner's stretch. Sorry, should have called that out sooner. So the runner's pose and runner's stretch, we're going to hold ourselves up with our right leg, fingertips barely touching the floor. And then plant the palms of the fingertips on the left side of the right foot. Okay, your right knee should be tracking over your right ankle. I definitely feel that in my right hamstring. Okay, if you can come down to your elbows, great. If not, don't worry about it. All right, and from here, return to runner's pose. So fingertips barely touching the floor, right leg is supporting, and then bring the arms and torso up. Okay, reach for the ceiling with those arms. Feel your left hip stretch out. And then we're going to do a quick prayer twist. So bring the hands to heart center. Transition to prayer twist, pressing the left elbow into the right knee. Hands are stacked. Right elbow is facing the ceiling. All right, and then as you breathe out, come out of prayer twist and reach back up towards the ceiling. All right, and then bring the hands and torso back down, plant both palms, bring that right leg back to plank, and then chaturanga down into upward dog. Let's add a sun salutation before we do our other side. So back to plank. Let's step the feet towards the hands and then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive back down. Okay. Glutes are feeling happy and stretched. Up to flat back. And then exhaling, rounding at the back. Hands are planted, stepping back to plank. Then chaturanga down to upward dog. Back to plank, adding a push-up here if you so choose. And we're back to downward dog. And then let's get the left side. So feet together. Float the left heel up into the air. And then swing it through and plant it in front. And then do our runner's pose. Okay, supporting ourselves with our left leg. Fingertips barely touching the mat. And then let's do our runner's stretch. So hands are planted or supporting ourselves on the right side of the left foot. Feel that left hamstring stretch out. See if you can lower your pelvis a little bit lower towards the ground. All right. And return to runner's pose. Fingertips on either side of that left foot. And then bring the arms and torso up. That back heel is reaching for your mat. And our left leg is strong. I mean, both legs are strong. Right hip is stretching. And let's do our prayer twist on the left. So bring the hands to heart center. And then touch the right elbow onto the left knee. Stack the hands, left elbow or facing the ceiling. And we're breathing, hanging out. And we'll exit in 3, 2, 1. Back to crescent pose. Reach towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, bring the hands back down, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and then we're going to chaturanga down into our upward dog. And then back to plank. Do a sun salutation. Let's step the feet towards the hands and then reverse swan dive. And then swan dive down. Ugh. Up to flat back. Exhale, rounding at the back, planting both palms once again, and then stepping our feet into plank. Chaturanga down. Back and upward dog. Push the floor away. And then back to plank. Give me a push up here as we return our way to downward dog. Nice. All right, let's do something we haven't done in a while. We're going to do the knee to nose variation on our way to our warrior sequence. So feet and legs together. Bring the right leg up into the air. And then bring the right knee towards your nose. See if you can make contact. Let's do it 2 more times. Right leg up in the air. Knee to nose. Last time up in the air. Knee to nose. And then swing that right leg forward, plant it in front of us. And then come to warrior 1. Okay. Drop that back heel down to the mat. Front knee is tracking over the front ankle. Arms are reaching, shoulders are facing the front of your mat. Breathing. All right, let's go arms front and back for warrior 2. Remember, if you want to track or check your warrior 2, your hips are 90 degrees from your mat. Shoulders are right above it. Add the arms, palms are parallel. Turn the chin forward. There we go, warrior 2. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Don't put too much weight in that back leg with the left arm. Right fingertips are reaching towards the back of the room. Kind of feel an extra bonus stretch my left inner thigh. But then we're going to return to warrior 2. And then let's swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then as the arms come down, that back heel comes up. Let's plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And then we're going to do a chaturanga down to upward dog. Back to plank. Let's step the feet towards the hands. And then reverse swan dive into the hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat, go back. Then exhale, planting both palms, stepping back to plank. Then we're going to chaturanga down to our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here. You're still with me. And then back to downward dog. And remember, we're going to do the knee to nose variation for the left. So feet together, float the left heel up into the air. And then bring your left knee to nose. Left heel's back in the air. Knee to nose. Last time, bring that left leg into the air. And then knee to nose. And then bring the left foot forward as we come into warrior one on the left. Okay, both feet are planted. Arms reaching up towards the ceiling, no flare at the elbow. See how low you can get into your warrior one. Arms front and back for warrior two. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. And then back to warrior two. And then swinging that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And I just realized we skipped the triangle pose. So let's bring the arms back down. Back heel comes up, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. Then we're going to chaturanga down or upward dog. We're going to skip this next sun salutation, return to plank. Give me a push up here into downward dog. And let's get back on that right leg and add some triangle pose. So feet and legs together. Let's swing that right leg up into the air. We're going to skip the knee to nose. Then bring the right leg forward and plant it in front of you as you come into warrior one. Okay, this sequence will be a little quicker. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. And then reach forward or as far forward as you can with that right arm, and then drop it down to the floor. Okay, right palm or right fingertips. Left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Turn the chin up towards the ceiling as well. Open up your chest. Breathing as we're holding. All right. And then let's pop back up into warrior two. And then dip back into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then arms back down, back heel comes up, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and we're going to chaturanga down or upward dog. Back to plank, give me a push up here and into downward dog. Feel your shoulders crack. And let's do that sequence before the left. Feet and legs together. Float that left heel up into the air momentarily. Remember, we're going to skip the knee to nose. So swing that left leg forward, planted in front. You come into warrior one on the left. Palms are facing one another, reaching for the ceiling. Arms front and back. All right. And then dip back into reverse warrior for just a moment. And then returning to warrior two. And then reach towards the front of the room with those left fingertips. When you can reach no more, drop the left hand down to the ground, down to your mat. Right arm and right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. Let's see if you can open up your right shoulder and chest. Turning the chin up towards the ceiling, if I didn't say that already. Breathing. All right. And then 3, 2, 1. Let's pop back up into warrior two. Dipping back into our reverse warrior. Reach for the back of the room with that left arm. Back to warrior two. And then let's swing that right arm forward and up for warrior one. And then exhale, bring that back heel off the ground, palms return to the floor. Left leg comes back to plank, and we're going to chaturanga down into an upward dog. Okay, return to plank, and then into downward dog. Last downward dog of the day, so really push the floor away in front of you. And see if you can drive those heels a little bit closer to your mat. Make those calves happy. All right, let's do our chair pose. So step the feet towards the hands, bring the arms up, bottom comes down. A straight line from your bottom through your torso, all the way up through your arms to your fingertips. Palms are facing one another, arms are not flared. And 3, 2, 1, keeping the arms where they are, straighten up your body, get off your heels, and then reach up towards the ceiling. And letting the stabilizer muscles of the calves work or do their work, however you want to phrase that. Take a deep breath in. And then as you breathe out, slowly lower the heels back down, bring the hands to heart center. We'll do twisting chair pose on the left. Okay, so right elbow is pressed into that left knee. Hands are stacked and pressing in towards each other. We're seeing how low we can bring ourselves down to the mat while still maintaining balance, strength. All right. And then back to center, and then straighten our bodies up, reaching for the ceiling once again. Back onto the toes. Okay. Finding your balance. Reach. Get the shoulders out of the sockets a little bit. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe there's a little wobbling, but that's all your stabilizer muscles doing their thing. And then we'll return in 3, 2, 1. Heels back down, hands to center. And let's even ourselves out, twisting chair pose on the right. Okay. And if you notice your bottom's up in the air, see if you can bend those knees, get a little bit lower. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, come to center. Okay, last time, reach up towards the ceiling. Get off the heels. Ooh. No. Kind of like you're streamlining off a wall almost. You can bring your arms together or just keep them apart. And we'll bring the heels back down in 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Bring the hands slowly to heart center. Because we're thankful that we get to sit now. So have a seat. Oh. Ooh. let's do a quick one for our hips. Let's do the 90-90s or the knee drops, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Go at your own pace. I always let people dictate their own pace here because I know everyone's hips are a little different depending on many things. I'm just going to call mine out if you do want to follow. So we're back to the right. And then once your knees are down, you can even lean back a little bit. I always feel, let's see, the trailing leg, I always feel that hip a little bit more when I lean back, almost my quad. Okay, coming back, knees to the left. Let's do 5 cycles. So back to the right, it's the start of the 3rd set. Ooh. Okay, returning the knees to the left. Okay, and then over to the right. Right, to the left. Remember, we got one more set. We're doing 5 total. Hopefully I counted right. And then last time over to the right. And now last time for this movement. All right, bring your knees back. Ooh. Okay, let's sit lengthwise with our mat. Okay, table time. So plant the soles of the feet in front of you, shoulder distance apart, palms on the floor behind you. And again, elevate your body off the mat. Shoulders should be tracking over your wrists, knees over your ankles, and then press your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Drop the head back. Okay, give me an active stretch. Once you reach your position, continue to press. Maybe you can only press up and you have to relax a little bit. And then as you breathe out again, press up towards the ceiling. Okay, feeling your glutes, hamstrings, and shoulders. All right, one more cycle. That's relax. And then press up towards the ceiling. And then gently lower yourself down. Ooh. Lie down on your back. Ooh. We're going to do bridge. Okay, we always follow, what's it called? That's the one we just did. Table with bridge. So roll onto your shoulders. You can support yourself with your palms on the floor at your sides. Okay. I'm going to bring my heels in a little bit closer to my body. Continue to push the floor away with my feet. Okay, don't let the knees bow out. Sound like you're holding a ball or something or a box in between your knees. And continue to press your hips towards the ceiling. All right, and then controlling yourself back down to the mat. And you should just crash. And then I'm all the way down. Very nice. All right. Now let's stretch out our glutes. So I'm going to start with my right foot planted on the mat. Bring my left ankle onto my right knee. Let's pull the right shin. Okay, we always do 3 breaths here, and it feels incredible. So breathe in through the nose. And then breathe out through the mouth. Number 2, breathe in. And then long breath out. All right, last one here. Breathe in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Oh. and that left glute. All right, you let go of your right shin, switch sides, bringing your right ankle onto your left knee, pulling on that left shin, beginning to feel the right glute stretch out. And same thing, 3 breaths as you exhale, breathe into that right glute. So breathe into the nose and out through the mouth. Number 2, breathe in. And then a long breath out. All right, last time, really make it count for the right side. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Oh, you let go of the left leg, stay on your back. Let's do our happy baby. Legs in the air, grabbing the outside parts of our feet, and pull the knees in towards our underarms. And the inner thighs are making their return. And rocking side to side gently. Ugh. Then notice how your spine feels against your mat or your cushion. I always like to think of it as a spinal massage. Ugh. Okay, we're still rocking. Give yourself, I don't know, 2 more cycles or so. And then you can let go of your feet. We're going to do a supine twist. I love saying supine twist for some reason. Maybe because it's soup weather. I don't know. Anyhow, grab the right knee in. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Feel the stretch down towards your inner thigh, hip area. Oof, all these stretches that only come when you once a week I actually stretch normally. All right, anyhow, less talking. Pull your right knee over to the left side of your body. Extend out the right arm to your right as you look to your right. And feel your spine twist. Continue to breathe. So you can twist a little bit more, get a couple more degrees of stretching, twisting, unwinding. Or I guess we're winding up. No, we're not unwinding, we're winding. All right, 1 deep breath. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, really feel that on the out breath. And then when you're ready, just bring that right leg back to center, lying down on our backs, then hugging our left knee in now. Ugh. Okay, once again, feeling that little stretch there. Then let's pull our left knee over to the right side of our body. Left arm is extended. See if you can make contact with your left knee to the ground and your left knuckles to the ground. And twisting our spine in the opposite direction, like a damp rag. All right, 1 more deep breath here. And then let it go. All right, let's bring the left leg back to center. Then we're gonna sit on up. Oh, let's do, so we're gonna sit up straight, legs extended in front of us. We're getting our hamstrings. I'm gonna start with my left leg extended, right heel in towards my soft tissue, letting the right knee drop down. Okay, arms up top. Let's take a deep breath in. And then exhale, reach for the left foot, keeping the back of the left knee on the mat. Okay. Remember, if you want to add a little bonus side stretch, take that right hand instead of reaching just for the inside part of your left foot, reach for the outside part. Little diagonal cross, small movement, big stretch. Okay. Constantly pulling, seeing how close you get your nose to your left knee or the ground, depending on how low you are. Give yourself one last pull or one last reach. Hopefully that feels good for you, or as good for you as it feels good for me. And then release that side. Ooh. All right, that side felt pretty loose. Let's see how your right side feels. So right foot or right leg's extended, left heel's towards the soft tissue. Arms are up top. Deep breath in. And slowly extend over that right leg. Same thing, pull yourself in towards your right foot. See if you can get your nose to touch your right knee. Reaching still, pulling still. And of course, breathing. All right, let's release just the right side. Sorry, I was enjoying that one a little too much there. Let's do both legs together, Risa. Okay, knees, shins, ankles, feet together. Remember to flex your feet so the toes are facing the ceiling. Keep the back of the knees on the mat. Arms are up top. And then exhale. Ooh. Reaching for those toes once again. And then if your toes feel like they're, fairly doable, see if you can move the hands down towards your ankles. And of course, once your ankles feel doable or very easy, that's when you add a block or a book for a little bit more of a stretch. And not mandatory, but I know some people are extra flexy. Anyhow, we're still reaching, still stretching, grabbing my heels, but only just. Ugh. And then exhale. Oh, hopefully your hamstrings are pretty happy at this point. Okay, we're gonna do one more stretch. We're gonna do our pigeon because we never skip pigeon. We love pigeon. So start in a plank position. Let's do the right leg first. So bring the right leg forward. Right shin is 90 degrees from the rest of the body. Untuck that back, those back toes. Let's do about 45 seconds here. Ugh. About another 15 seconds. So if you get a little bit lower, you adjust yourself a little bit. All right, let's plant the palms of the mat in front of us. add the left quad stretch. So reach back with the left hand, left arm. Feel your left quad stretch out. And give yourself one last little pull. And then let go of your left foot. Palms are planted. Right leg returns to a plank position. And get the left leg forward. And untuck the back toes. Finding the comfortable position that allows you to stretch on the left. Let's repeat that, those 45 seconds. About 10 seconds left, so continue to hang out. And then plant both palms and push yourself up as you reach the right arm back, pulling in the right heel. Saying hello to the right quad this time. And let's release the right foot. And then sit on your heels. We'll do our closing sequence. So knees are about as wide as your mat. Let's breathe in. And then as you breathe out, come bring your arms down to the mat for child's pose. Taking a moment, thinking about everything we just did in the past hour or so. A lot of stretching, a lot of breath work, taking care of ourselves. Okay. And then come forward out of child's pose as you rotate onto your back. Let's do our favorite, or rather our hardest pose, corpse pose. Let the arms relax at your sides. Head is resting on the mat, eyes are closed. Do a body scan, see how your whole body feels. I won't say anything for the next 60 seconds. All right, that was about a minute. You can keep those eyes closed. Reach the arms overhead. Morning stretch. Arching my back. Ooh, side to side. A little bit of those shaky stretches. Now roll onto one of your sides. Rest your head and face right on your hands. Take a deep breath. Settle down. Nice. All right, whichever arm is on top, take that palm and press it in the floor and push yourself up as we return to cross-leg position. All right. Sitting up tall, lengthening the spine. You can close your eyes if you like. But all I ask is for 3 audible breaths. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Number 2, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, last one here. Let's breathe in and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to heart center. You may repeat after me if you'd like. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And turn our hands to heart center. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends. I'm going to pause your watch. Ugh.
Okay. Well, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Arisa.
You
Oh, see you next. Oh.